Good evening for Enterprise fans, and welcome to a lovely Friday edition of the Mom Spaghetti Club. We have Energy Dave doing the restream tonight, with Falgren doing the tracking. I have Morgan Mike here in the booth with me to comment on this race between Infinius and Stony. What do you think about this one, Mike?
Well, it looks like an interesting matchup. Always fun to watch a lovely evening of free enterprise on such a lovely evening as it is. We got a forced requirement of defeating the king at the town of monsters. Other than that, I believe they're required to get 6 out of the 9 goals, or is it 7 out of the 9?
I believe it was 6 in this flag up. I could be wrong about that.
I'm sure we'll find out.
Yeah, some I'm sure we'll mention. Let's see. So we've got Wyvern up there, which would, yeah, he could be at the king spot there. Let's see. Required is 6 altogether, but you have to do the King of Town of Monsters. Okay,
So 6 out of
very
9
good.
and required the king of town of monsters. Wyvern, wherever it shows up, can always be a fun occasion. The antlion nest is basically free and something most runners do as a matter of course a lot of the time. So
Yep, and I don't see what number 9 is down there, but anyways, and let's see, we still got some of the restaurant menu up there on the tracker right now with some macaroni, gnocchi, and all the rest of that lovely Italian stuff.
mhm.
Um,
Evil
you
wall
know,
could be interesting depending on where it shows up. Item number 8 there. I can read the top of it on Stony's screen.
well, it is Spaghetti Club. We were throwing everything we can at this wall here because Mom is just very annoyed that we need our broccoli, so she's just getting the spaghetti range, just throwing it.
And we will see what sticks.
Well, we know the King of Monsters is sticking, but for the rest of it, we'll see where it goes.
So what could possibly be at the king spot, the town of monsters, to really make this a challenge for a runner?
I mean, biking is always a particularly fun one, I think.
Hmm.
Especially if you have no AoE with, maybe there's no Rydia, maybe there's no Palom. Um, yeah, we'll see there. Anything that's really kind of physical that would be kind of nasty because it punches hard. Because in the middle
Yeah,
game,
yeah.
Leviathan doesn't do any punching. So naturally, he is the most swole thing you can think of in that spot. For reasons.
Even the dark imps could present a bit of a threat there.
That's true. They could, I think, be hourglassed or otherwise stopped, I believe, because yeah, we don't have anything on there that says be no free. So it could be free as long as you have some way of stopping them.
Looks like we're also starting with a Dark Knight Cecil as our leader.
There's a little scoop of vanilla for us. Get the rest of the flags. Looks like we've got boxes in their normal positions. So if you want to go and loot the Castle Eblin for free loot, that's pretty good. We're underway. So let us see who the starting character is here. We have
Young.
got. Oh, that's unimpressive.
And a sparkle
Excalibur.
providing an Excalibur. Well, there's some additional incentive to head over to Mount Ordeals.
Yep, we just need some actual party members to help us out at this particular stage of the game because Yang and DKC is not the dream for climbing up the mountain.
No, for sure. The one objective we couldn't see apparently was get Rosa. So Rosa will be somewhere,
Ah,
presumably.
well, it depends on where Rosa is. I mean, if she is somewhere like the package or, Mount Hobbs, great. If she's behind the giant, we are not seeing her. I'm pretty much bet there.
Could be interesting if Evil Wall, Wyvern, and Rosa were all at the Giant.
Yeah, you're getting into the yeah, those are the nasty types of situations. A little bit of divergence here. We've got Infinius going and looking to sell some stuff and get some money. Finds hourglasses and life pots. And Stony is looting Eblin Castle.
I'm not seeing a whole lot to make my eyeballs pop out of my head. There's a ribbon. Oh, we're also getting a look at the Baron
Oh,
Inn,
there's
and that's another
Arrow
Dark
Robin and
Knight.
Avenger. Okay, so This could potentially be the Cecil Murders thing show very quickly as soon as we get through our deals.
We've got an Azura summon and a crystal bracelet from Rose's mom.
Rose's mom apparently had aspirations of being a caster at some point.
Maybe that's the issue. She's living vicariously through her daughter.
We'll see if anything else pops out of this Eblin so far to make it really worth our time.
Infinius, meanwhile, heading to
and another Avenger. Okay, we are loaded with Avengers today.
It's like a Marvel movie out here.
Already arrows from Infinius and a curse string. Okay, well, we have a use for Yang now.
Stoney going to try out Mount Hobbs and see who the character is hiding up there. And possibly, well, I mean, also we'll see who the boss is hiding up there, but might be someone of interest.
Cecil's equipped with a Darkness Sword. That is not the sword you wanted to be seeing there.
What would be the ideal? The black?
The Black Sword, yep. Oh, but here's a user for that Avenger.
Yeah, and a Kane and Calbrena.
We have a Zeus Rage, don't we?
Nope,
we don't. Okay. I thought we did. Which is useful for at least stopping the back three.
Infinius headed over to... the brain has stopped. What is this sound?
That is Troya.
Troya, that's it. Selling off some stuff. No doubt still doing some shopping.
Yep. Looks like we're trying to get
Stardust and Starveil, yeah.
Starveil, I definitely agree with you need some of that just because we don't think we give you any in this starting kit. Stardust, I mean, there's no Black Mage yet, so this helps you up the mountain at least to get online.
Yeah, picking up those attack items. Stoney, meanwhile, still killing dolls.
And Cecil with a bit of a wrong punch as far as I think we'd be concerned here. One more to go.
One Cal remaining, and there's the switch.
Good news is, I think Kane will probably get this down relatively fast, but it is a little bit of a waste of time. Down the doll there.
Almost could have played for that with the quickness with which it went down.
Yeah, maybe. But you know, we got through it, so yay. We have a Kane now, so more yay.
Question in the chat, which objective is the extra special required one? It is defeat the king at the Town of Monsters.
Yes, Regicide is on the menu today. It is required.
As an anti-monarchist, I approve. Infinius, meanwhile, is just throwing a Stardust and wiping out all those dolls all at once.
It's efficient.
Efficient, perhaps, but it lacks something of the soul of seeing the giant doll.
Okay. So taking a little bit of a safety save there, so that's... You never know. We could have rudeness.
I'm not sure what would really limit this party at Antlion. But we'll find out. I mean, could. Mum Bomb might be an issue.
Yep. Infinius has gone up to Mount Ordeals, so that will be getting that Dark Knight Cecil online. Stoney has found...
the Magus Sisters.
Yeah, we've got a party down here in the Antlion Cave.
And everyone's
it ain't gonna last very long.
Just a little avenging to happen, I guess, and that's that.
And
that puts one required objective, or one objective down very, very quickly. And still does give us a pink tail. That will set up for the second one once they have a hook.
Yeah, okay. This is... Dave must have somewhere to be tonight. Meanwhile, the first of the Mount Ordeals fights is King Queen Eblin. Well, that could
Fairly
be
free, yeah.
well, not fairly free. That's totally free, and not really want to see there because we would like to have seen this in the king spot if you're at least favorable to the runners.
You'd like to see it somewhere a little harder, at least.
Yes, so we're
Hey,
going.
the
We're
queen before the king can even give the opening speech.
yes, we're going to be killing a lot of kings today, apparently. So now you've got two kings that are going down at least.
And Stoney's
Uh,
headed to Fabul to see what's trying to take out the king here.
well, actually, if you go by the lore of it, just going here to take the fight pretty much puts the king in bed with the injury. So we're the ones hitting the king in this case.
Infinius has found a... Oh, there's
Ooh.
Wyvern. Second fight on Mount Ordeals.
Yes. Now, this does mean that it can't be underground access, but you don't really care so much about that part of things. And Kane helpfully
And,
gets
yeah.
it all down before Wyvern does anything. So
Yep.
there we go. I have a feeling Sony's going to run into the same sort of situation where the Kane is going to just help it. So that is one on the board for Infinius. Sony will probably get that sooner than later.
And here comes the queen, Asura, to take on Fabul. Having the Avenger on for
What's
this
with
fight
all these
could be,
royals today? My goodness.
Well, I was going to say, having the Avenger on for this fight could be interesting, and then she took 2 hits and died. So,
Yeah, not in this case. Kane is too fast and it's just too strong, so no big deal there. Got a package.
and there's the package. That could be guarding our Rosa.
It could be. We've got a tower key from the King of
Tower key,
Fabul.
yeah. Complete the...
And what does Cecil have to fight today to actually overcome his darkness? He has to fight a doctor. Cecil apparently must have had plans to go to a different profession before he went into Dark Knighting.
Even though it's not a particularly difficult fight, it's still one that's a little obnoxious for the amount of time it takes.
Well, there was no speechifying here. I mean, Kane pretty much
Kane's too
said,
fast.
yeah, and the doctor's too slow here. You know,
Kane does not like monologues. Stoney is heading up Mount Ordeals and will no doubt find his way through the same situations.
what is this part about Kane not liking monologues? He gives so many of them while he's backstabbing the party here.
Yeah, but he doesn't ever backstab the party in Free Enterprise. Only does that in the vanilla version.
There are times when he has the Avenger on where he can manage to do that to you. I didn't say betray, I said backstab. There's a difference.
He never betrays anyone. It's absolutely true, Nerikad. He is completely loyal to Golbez the entire time. When Golbez sees the light and joins your party, Kane follows him right alongside, right?
That's a unique take on that, for sure.
And we got King Eblin threatening to bring everyone down to the Hades on Stoney's side as well, and then immediately getting destroyed by Kane.
Well, Kane doesn't want to go and see Hades, so I mean, you know, this makes sense. It looks like Infinius is going to take some of these boxes here in, which makes sense because we have key items hiding out here, I believe. So underground access, maybe through the castle.
Could be. We do need a hook. We're a hook away from a pink-tail turn-in, so. And Stoney also does not see an attack from Wyvern.
Let's see. These are unweighted, so yeah, that doesn't require that it be hooker magma key. I kind of like the hook to be buried, though. Let's make it a little bit of a challenge, right? So much of this is just opening up so fast.
So I'm not seeing any direct lines for the runners to go to either. Like, not seeing where the next progression will be, where they're going to get underground or up to the moon.
I bet it's going to be the doggo at this point, because it always is.
Of course. Infinius taking on the Staleman and Skulls in Eblin.
Making good use of those hourglasses to do so. It's never always sometimes flame dog. That is too much of a mixed time statement for me to make sense of.
Sounds to me like some of the things my daughter says. I always like this some of the time. Stony now taking on the good doctor.
Yep. Didn't have the Avenger on to start with, so unfortunately this is not going to work out well, because when you put an Avenger on a naked Kane, he's just punching basically.
But he's punching fast.
Just not very strongly.
And Cecil grabbing the Excalibur.
Hey, there's a Sand Ruby.
Sand Ruby, yeah, that might be
another chance for Rosa.
Or really anyone, right?
Well, I mean, Rosa's the objective. I mean, I guess you'll take, like something like an Edge or something like that if that shows up, but it could be a Telebooby prize or an Edward, one of those two.
Here's the Black Cat and the Lamaya.
And we've got more hourglasses popping out here.
Better than getting killed and charmed.
About mileage may vary about that. Anyways, we've got some Stardust coming out again. Nice efficient kill of those Black Cats. Is this progression? Oh, that is your Talk to Zeromus item if you so choose.
Was that like what was that?
The crystal. So
the thing you need to beat the game.
Except since this is win game, it actually serves no purpose here unless you want to go to Zeromus and just have a chat. It does actually help the race, though.
Okay, fair enough. What does that do, then?
It takes up a spot in your inventory and applies to a key item bonus.
Okay, fair enough.
So, Castle Eblin is not the play today. Somebody's going to see if it's Baron in. It's a Mylon Z.
There's Mylon.
Well, that, no speeching here either.
Oh, his body. Well, I mean, that's the other one, but still.
It's the other one.
Yeah, and we got another Lunar Star, and we got
Ogopogo! Well, that's not good to see here. We wanted some pain, because, yeah, it's just going to go down very, very fast.
My Canadian brethren.
This guy gives Canada a bad name.
Oh, there's our Magma
There's
Key,
the Magma Key.
The Mad Ogres.
Infinius has found it. The question is the hook on the overworld somewhere? It's a slight directly, that's funny. There's a Baron Key.
There's a Baron Key. Vanilla Baron Key, no less. That could be where our Rosa is, too. Or Evil Wall.
Well, there's a Foo in the bed.
That's probably worth the time to go and get him.
Yep, although with our two melee wielders with Avengers on, I'm not sure if Foo's going to get a whole lot of turns here.
Some life potions for Stony. Trying the wrong key just to see if it works, but unfortunately no.
I'm still waiting for the fork mod where they make Edward a key and you have to insert Edward into the door handle and then turn.
That would be an interesting variation.
You gotta give him some use, especially when you have the spoon flag on. The guy was pushing for at some point the treasury. You need Edward to open it. It's singing to open the lock.
Sure. Why not?
And
I know,
nonsense aside.
I know, but I understand why not, but still. Looks like Infinius is finally going to go after the antlion nest.
That'll be alright, but it's also prioritized by now that you have food in there. You want to get every little fight going to get him up to Duke if he doesn't already know it, because at 900, it is very likely he doesn't know anything really all that great.
Right, he's going to get 100 hit points and 3 new spells every boss that gets killed, correct?
Yes, because we're still using the classic food challenge thing here. Some of our 4 people have come up with some other ideas about how to make food more interesting to play, but we don't have those on here.
We're going to see who's standing in the Bygone spot on Stony's side. We got a...
I took off the Avenger just because if this is certain things... it's failed him. That could have just been left out.
Yeah, it's not the Lunar Dragons. And Infinius is taking on the Magus Sister.
We got some free dutes for you there, for those who care for that. Infinius has the pink tail.
But no hook to turn it in yet. Stony's heading up to see who's sitting on the king's throne in Baron.
Well, in the continued scheme of regicide that we're going on today in the Seed, you got the King of Monsters sitting on the throne.
Look at that. Shouldn't be too much of a challenge, I don't think.
I'm pretty sure Bahamut is not going to be able to get to count down to 1 in this case. Oop.
Nope, that's the end of that one.
That's it.
Yeah. Infinius is going to check out the Baron Inn and get his Baron Key.
See if Infinius decides to chase it or not.
And we'll see what he could get if he does decide to chase it. Iridia.
Well, we get the wrong mage. We wanted Rosa. We get Iridia instead.
It would be interesting if these checks here, like this one, forced you to discard characters.
There are fork flag sets that require that, just isn't on this particular setting.
Yeah. Like in completing the sealed cave, normally Kane would leave the party there, but, end up...
Oh, yeah, you're talking about, like, the scene leaving thing is, okay,
Yeah.
Talking about, there's certain flag sets for, like, when you find a new character, you have to put them in the party. And
just get a Dragoon Spear.
That would be more useful if we had a whole bunch of dragons we had to kill. We've already gotten rid of Wyvern, so it's of less use.
Bahamut doesn't count as a dragon, does he?
No, it does not count as a dragon. Which is all the more funny that he was guarding a dragon spear.
And now we've got the Baron guards. Yeah, at
because Stoney's doing the check for the evil wall to see if he's hopefully somewhere free.
Possibly, or do we get a key item from the Mist Dragon?
No.
Okay, then not looking for the Mist Dragon, I would imagine.
Hold on, let me just double check that. Actually, it is no free, that's right. So it could be the demist out there.
Okay. We had Rubicant taking a shower, so...
That seems like a bad idea for a Fire Fiend, but your mileage may vary. You see if the package maybe is a Rosa. Package is a Cecil.
It's another Cecil.
I'm not seeing a...
And there's Rosa, but not where you want her.
Yeah, Rosa, I need some counseling for these issues about trying to burn down Iridia's town.
And I suspect Stony is going to continue this check on to see if that is Evil Wall, then.
That is true.
See if Evil Wall is
It's
guarding the Rosa pickup. Or Rydia pickup.
unfortunately with Kane having the Avenger on, we have to take him down here.
Why is that?
Because otherwise he'd keep going and wailing on the Paladin over there and would just delay the check.
Ah, got it.
So this is an interesting one. If this is Evil Wall or Demas, that will definitely help. I'm wondering if Stoney might have forgotten that we have boxes on. He's looking for the way underground.
I know there's also a certain aspect, at least in my mind, of following the clues you're given. Um, so, I mean, maybe
Well,
this is... Yeah.
the reason I say that is because he hasn't visited the Eblin castle boxes and he hasn't gone for the doggo. So I'm not sure if that's what he's looking for. Meanwhile, we've got another Bahamut down over on Infinius' side.
Mm-hmm. It's going to provide a Dragoon Spear and some disappointment.
Well, Easter Bahamut is not a thing.
Yeah. And it was another set of guards. It was not, or possibly Baigan, but it was not Evil Wall, which is the point.
Indeed. Well, now we are getting the check of, I think, maybe not. I thought we were going to go up to Zot to get the thing there.
Might still be a check there.
Yeah, Zeus gauntlets for sale. Maybe we're going to buy one. Oh, we're buying headbands. Okay. Maybe now we're buying a Zeus gauntlet. There we go. Okay.
And Infinius collects his Sadness Spear.
We already have the spear. I mean, my goodness, somebody could sound that bad.
Disappointment of it, but also gets Rydia, so now has a full party. Oh, and is maybe going to go check Baron Basement.
Yeah, summons are on, so this could be something. Or just wants to get a Charm Rod out of it.
So we're almost 25 minutes in. Both runners have 2 goals complete, finding Wyvern on the second boss spot in Ordeals and taking out the Antlion nest, taking the Magus sisters out of there.
We have a Blarg for Rydia.
Stoney going to check Tower of Zot. Completing the Tower of Zot is an objective, but we don't have the Earth Crystal to finish it.
It could be one of those really cheeky situations where there's a Demist here, and the Demist is holding the Earth Crystal.
Requiring you to go up and down.
Require you to go up, out, and then back in. Yeah, the doggo is certainly a thing here, too.
Yep, there's the Flame Dog. We've got CPU in the Baron Basement.
We told the king not to start playing with electronics, and look what happened.
This is the eventual end to AI, I suppose.
Yes, the computer became the king. I didn't see what that was, unfortunately.
Me neither.
Whatever it is, Stoney is not going to go and take the boss check. Which we know that, logically speaking, that's probably the right play. The guy is totally right now. Which guy is that, Fulgrim? Which NPC? Is it Sid or is it someone else?
And Stoney's headed back to Eblin, and so we'll probably find that magma key.
Sid for sure. Okay, that makes sense. Of course, since Sid was imprisoned by said shadow government, I guess, being run by Golbez over there. Adamant.
Even adamant. Interesting.
It's one for the pile, but it doesn't actually help us get any objectives.
Not much left for Infinius to check other than that Flame Dog and maybe First Zot. Before going underground, I mean.
It looks like, based on the tracker, Snowy did not get a key item out of that particular cargo box. I don't remember what was actually in there, so...
And Infinius is just headed to Agart, not bothering to check the Flame Dog. Stony has the Sand Ruby, may go get his food.
Or may decide to skip that check for the time being. We'll see which way it goes. Not a K, I've missed what it was. Okay, well. I was saying Crystal Ring? Okay, that could be. We'll assume it's not important for right now, and that it's a blank.
And here he goes for the Black Cat. Black Cats and the Lamaya.
Vessel was a little bit too weak there, so now we have Yang trying to take us out. And then he just gets bopped. I don't think the enemies know what the idea of confuse is here.
And Infinius is going straight to the Dwarf Castle.
Which makes sense.
Yep.
I think we have the warp glitch on. Yep, we do. Rydia knows it very early, so we'll definitely be able to use it. Chances for your evil wall.
Yeah. So that gives us, 2 evil wall chances and two key items.
We've also got moon veils for sale here, so since Rydia has a blarg that Infinius has in the inventory, could buy some moon veils, and then Rydia is free to blarg with impunity, as long as the boss is only physical.
I assume that completing the sealed cave includes completing the boss at the bottom of it, not just getting the item.
Yes, you actually have to have the Luca key in order to do that. But you could take the key item now and just say the sealed cave will forever be unchecked. The boss.
Yeah, only having to get 6 out of 9 objectives means that the long one, like the sealed cave, just might get ignored.
Of course, if it's a D-Mist that is hiding something along the lines of,
Darkness Crystal. Yeah.
Well, no, the harp that hides. Well, I don't think you can actually. Maybe. There's a way that it can block 3.
Darkness Crystal could block Earth Crystal and Evil Wall and Hook. Boom, boom, boom.
This is not,
1, 2, 3.
This is not the boss that Infinius wanted to see here.
No, that is the Fabul Gauntlet.
Yes, and unfortunately, because we have our Avenger casters going here, yeah, we're just going to be letting them go to town. It's going to take a little bit, but we're going to get through it.
Yeah. Yeah, the Luca Key, Earth Crystal, Twin Harp, Hook are all still items that are out there somewhere.
Okay, so we don't... So there is still a possibility. There's a possibility a D-Mist could still theoretically block you. Yep. If it's at Luca. Okay.
Yeah, if they're all on the moon and the D-Mist is holding the Darkness Crystal.
Well, hold on a second. The moon can't hold any key items in this particular one.
Okay, then that's not happening.
Now, you could still have an evil wall on the moon. You could still have the value holding the Twin Harp, which holds the hook, which blocks pink. So that, I think it still is possible. It'd be kind of convoluted, but it's still possible.
Yeah. Pink Tail could have the Luca key behind it.
Yes, because Pink Tail is a key item check this time around.
Which also means that Evil Wall at, say, Ogopogo's spot could be a required check.
Yes, although Moonveils makes that free. So that's not really all that concerning of a thing to be worried about.
Oh, wait, and you also said that there's no key items on those sets, so never mind.
Yeah, all we need to get through the evil wall is at the King spot is we have Moonveils for sale, and we have a ribbon. That would be enough to keep Rydia alive for whatever. And should just blarg the wall down at leisure and eat dinner and watch a whole season of whatever, and it would just be fine.
Stony, meanwhile, has used the Sand Ruby and claimed his own Fusoya. And Infinius is
You make it sound
working
like a
through this
property
gauntlet.
transaction.
Stony's
Stoney's
headed
gonna head up.
underground and going to try the lower tower of Babel.
I got the tower key. This makes sense. And there are, of course, the 4 checks with the what are these called? Alerts here, I think they are.
Alerts, yeah. Boss number 1 is down, and we're going to have Mylon and friends as boss number 2 of the Dwarf Castle.
We put any more sprites into this crystal room. Well, it's not keyless tower there because it's got a
it's
key.
not a keyless tower. He's got the tower key. So that gives 6 key item checks.
There are 6 key item checks here at least. There could be 7 if there's a D-Mist hiding here.
No.
Oh, we got a legend sword. There's the other half of the forge.
And, this also gives two possible checks for Evil Wall.
Let's see.
Seeing Evil Wall at Super Cannon would be, make the runners happy.
A silence staff. That's a whiff.
NG Dave pointing out that we get to see who is at Hook 2. So we'll get actually 3 checks for Evil Wall.
True. All
and
right.
Infinius is going to be getting whatever's hanging around Luca's neck. An Avenger!
And adamant sword, adamant armor for our friends over here on Stony's side. Adamant sword would be kind of funny, but I think a crystal sword basically is that.
An Avenger and a Zeus Gauntlet. So Zeus Gauntlet's what's hiding at the bottom of the sealed cave.
That is underwhelming. Let's see, the last alert here. What is this going to give us?
Aside from a couple levels.
Well, Stardust. Well, that makes Rydia a little bit more threatening.
Infinius headed to the Cave of Monsters.
We're going to see what that king is, probably, if it's free. We still do have a couple freebies on the board.
And there's the Warrior's Chest in here, right? Which is also
The Warrior's Chest is also in play. At this point, it's not going to be okay. We're not blarging with Rydia. We are simply cursing with her. Okay, so DKC a king would be kind of rude here,
especially with the Avengers already equipped. I imagine that you'd see it coming and unequip them. But...
yeah, you would know it's coming, but the thing is, you need a lot of HP to get through that one, which, if you get Fu up there, he's at least 1, but then Fu's not also that fast, so...
Also have Kane, and there might be an ability to miss some of those attacks with jumps.
Let's see, we are changing up the equipment real quick. Looks like we're going to get a Blizzard on there. Oh, well, DKC is at Hook 2, so we're not seeing that, I don't think.
And we know that Rubicant is under the waterfall, so this must be the elements. Infinius taking on the Warriors fight. The Warriors are coming out and playing.
Well, they're playing, but they aren't getting very far. It's amazing how much Avengers just don't play well with Warriors.
I guess Dr. Luca's spot does not have very intense magic power. And the elements have been defeated on one side, the warriors on the other. Just a samurai bow for Infinius from that warrior check.
Womp womp. And yes, Luge is one of the weakest
And
magic
just an
spots in
Artemis.
the game,
Just an Artemis bow for
and
Stony.
it is about as worthless as the other check, which gave us the other big bow. So, the freebie is the crystal ring.
Crystal ring,
So
yeah.
more zonks in the Fey March. Well, the Chocobo, who's turned into a merchant, is recommending that we exit the place.
And we have a blue robe here. This would be the water hag.
Well, we don't know what it is. I mean, that could be a lot of things. Since we don't have to fight it. A power shirt.
Oh, no, it's
Nice.
Golbez. I'm sorry. My bad
okay.
eyes. That's why the piggying and the smoling.
I thought we were talking about the thing in the inn. Okay, never mind. So this is a little bit annoying because we're going to go until... Okay. Fortunately, cut off the Avengers a little bit quickly there. Good. I mean, Erica had silk webs given that... Oh, it's Val. Yeah.
Ovilus and... Who's the... Oh, it must be Odin.
Oh,
in the
again,
queen
actually,
spot.
I take it back. This is actually free with Moonveil. It's gonna take a little bit, but we're gonna get through it.
Shadow Dragon's doing some odd things.
Yeah, I think we have... yeah, Witch Bez on, so... Okay, and of course, this is the can spot. Yeah, one shot is
Yeah,
going
what?
to simply
It's
get
going
rid
to
of
have, what, 600 hit points or something?
it. It's very low, that's for sure. One of the lowest HP spots in the game. This Val is going pretty well for Infinius at this point in time. Hasn't really been any problems with it.
Yeah, this looks pretty clean.
Unfortunately, Vale can't weak herself, even if you get the lucky reflect like that, so oh well.
And Stoney's going to find out what you get for Super Cannon.
Well, it needs to be something good because I think Infinius is about to get a good leg up with getting this Val down.
We're still looking for Luca Key, Earth Crystal, Twin Harp, or Hook for any of those, for 4 of those complete checks there.
We are not looking for the pass. The pass is actually, if you see that, you're really, really sad.
Not particularly useful, that one. What do we got for Valvalus? The Luca Key,
Luca
hello.
Key. So, that's at least
Just a protect ring for Stony.
So the tower was unfortunately pretty much a bust. All we got was a legend sword out of all of that.
And I imagine that actually forging... Well, you'd get the Excalibur, wouldn't you?
Let me see here. Nope, we have a Supersmith on, so you would not necessarily get the Excalibur from it.
Oh.
You would get something that is one of the FF4 advanced special weapons. Since we've already got Cecil with all the power we could want, it's probably gonna be scrap.
Okay.
Or something similarly useless, like let's say maybe a Nirvana staff or Porum or something like that, where it's like, we really just don't care, so... And Infinius is going back to take out
Odin?
the other, yeah, the Odin's not Odin spot, the Odin sitting in the Queen spot. Which
And
again, this is going to go down pretty fast.
Stoney's
Three, which will-
checking out the back of the dwarf castle, so...
Lit 3 will quad for sure. It takes a little bit longer to cast, but
Stoney has decided not to deal with the... Or maybe he's going back in for it? I don't know.
I'm going to check the shops, looks like. Finds the Moon Veils. Oh, that only wants the Ether, though. And the Queen of the Fey March is down, so once again, the regicide continues. I think we've gotten pretty much all the royals down in Phineas's side now.
And
Rat
Rat Tail also blocking a key item, so that hook now becomes 2 checks. Also of note, Infinius's Fusoya is as powerful as Infinius's Fusoya will ever be.
There is a thing about, if you get him some apples or Soma drops.
Okay, as powerful as the Fusoya will ever be through boss fights. And we are going into the sealed cave on Infinius's side.
It makes sense. It's an objective here. You are hoping for a triple dip, because it is possible to get a triple dip here. The dream would be we get well, you can't get that. Sorry about that. We already have the key item out of here, so that doesn't work.
Yeah, it's just a Zeus Gauntlet. There is also 3 checks at the pan that we haven't seen yet.
But one of them is sort of on the table. If either runner wanted to do it, we could do the Sheila 1 setup. Edge patch checking. Well, Because I was thinking to myself, it's like there's an item here, a kit item check. There is a boss, and there is, of course, just the completing for the objective. So, but we've already gotten the item. Sheila 1 to pan is always sad when you put it off till the very end.
Stony deciding not to take on Valvalus or Odin at this time.
Okay. Or maybe just wants the Moonveil first that was for sale over in Dwarf.
And we have Lunar Dragons. And
unfortunately, they are about to have some fun times virusing us here. And this spot, the magic is pretty powerful.
Yeah, this is Evil Wall's spot. So, Infinius is in a race against time at this point.
Might still be able to pull it off, though. He's only have 9,000 hit points apiece. There goes one.
There goes one, yeah. And here comes the fire.
And that's actually going to save it, because now it's just going to be doing fire. Although, you need to get it down pretty soon. But let's see.
Fire is percentage damage, right? So
it is percentage. This Stardust is not going to help, because it's going to get another fire cast off. But we did get a virus off. There goes down Yang.
Yeah, 3,000 damage. That'll be a one-shotter on anything.
As a fire, it needs to be on this hit. And
Stony
got through just barely.
Oh yeah, Stony is checking the Toad Lady at in the Sylph Cave.
Well, it can hold a key item. Sylph is always an interesting check on this flag set, because again, you've got 7 potential checks down here. We are on unweighted, so that makes it much more likely that Sylph has at least 1 or 2 things for you.
And do you think the giant wave of water should really affect those toads? I mean, it will, but should it?
I don't know what's in that water.
I mean, sometimes it's not that it's water, but how hard the water is moving. Well, hello, there's a darkness crystal.
Okay, well, that gives us now access to 6 locations for the evil wall. It also gives us access now to 1, 2, 3 more key item locations. And it looks like Stony is going to at least set up Sheila 1, may decide to check it, and see if maybe, just maybe, Sheila 1's got something good.
Infinius is heading into the Sylph Cave as Stony is leaving it.
Set up a save point there, so he's going to check somewhere else first, it looks like. And then maybe come back there if that doesn't plan out. This is the check of the package character? Okay.
You are looking
it makes sense. I mean, you might as well make sure you haven't gotten tripped up by something that's ridiculously easy to check sometimes.
Sometimes it's just better to check. Peace of mind is a valuable resource.
Yes, although in some cases, the time it takes to do these checks can end up costing you if it turns out they don't have what you need.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, we know that
Sounds-
Stony checking this basement's like, you'll get the admin out of it, which will give you a smith weapon, but it's not going to be progression.
I believe that would also give 10 key items.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, this will give 10.
Yeah. Not that that's as important as if we have to defeat Ceromus.
Well, I mean, it depends on what you actually have to defeat here. Now, in this case, I would say with what the setup is that we have, it's unlikely we're gonna have to fight anything harder than the yeah, what am I saying? They're the D-Lunars over at Sealed Cave or Val in the Feymarsh. That's probably gonna be it. It's very unlikely to take any of the moon bosses at this point. I mean, only D-Mist or Evil would actually be a thing, and whatever's at cave value. You're not doing the giant, most likely. So, yeah. Most of the hard stuff is done.
Infinius deciding to check all the, or at least the 6 chests, the 6 monster chests in the
Yes.
Self
Often called the
Cave.
Poison Treasury, just because you got the damage tiles, and it's generally speaking not a good time to check this. Especially if it doesn't pay out.
Well, there's some arrows, you know.
And we have 4 monstrosities that were fed on poison here. Shop of horrors type stuff.
Feed me, Seaworld. Stony is through the CPU, has inserted the punch cards, and will receive an adamant for it.
Alright. Just a Leviathan summon on the second box here. And now we have to take some time to actually heal it up a little bit. I guess we're leaving Yang to be a very messed up frog. Not sure why Quake works on ghosts, but that is not for us to wonder about the weird physics of Free Enterprise. It's a rune axe. Okay.
What do we got here? Marlboros.
Got some mobiles. And mobiles aren't very intelligent. They decided to breathe on something that was already a frog.
Yeah, the enemy strategy isn't great in this game sometimes. Stoney's gonna go check Sheila 1.
Arm rod. Okay, 0 for 4 here in Poison Treasury. Sheila 1, meanwhile, is an adamant armor.
Adamant armor.
Well, if we have more challenging fights to take on, I'd say that'd be great, but Stone already had 1. 1 is really all you need in this flag set. And let's see. Hey, a spoon. Yay. You can do nothing with it.
I think Stoney is gonna launch us a whale.
Makes sense. You got it. Might as well use it.
There's also a free character check up there. It could be Rosa. There's the pan.
Well, that is good
No,
news
that's-
for
yeah.
Infinius, because that is now 2 extra checks off the way, and is only gonna have to single dip at well, not single dip, but you know, probably visiting. Actually, he is single dipping for Bull. He hasn't actually done the defense yet.
No, I think hasn't he?
No, I don't think he has,
Huh, we'll find out.
because that tower key is missing.
Oh yeah, yeah, good point.
His bot sounds better though, Falgren, you have to admit.
That was like 30 minutes ago. I mean, I can hardly remember like 10 minutes ago, so
Who are you again?
I'm not sure. And there's the darkness crystal as well.
Alright, so
To the moon!
I know, Falgren, if you write out a little 3x5 card, that would be helpful. Let's see, does Yang have anything useful he's sitting on in bed? He's sitting on a
It's a
power
bit of a
shirt.
personal question. Stony coming up with a character on the lunar throne, sitting in
Is it
Fusio's
Rosa?
spot.
Really kind of needs Rosa here, I think. No, it's
It
another
is Cecil, yet again. That boy gets around.
That leaves us with the Rosa choices are, I think, now the Earth Crystal in Zot, or it is the Giant, or the Hook Route, one of the 4 places.
Yeah, 2 checks at Earth Crystal, back of Giant, and the hook. It shouldn't be possible for it to be, for her to have a requirement or a required objective if she's not in the seed, right?
Isn't the seed? That is definitely correct. At least on the version that we've got there, she's definitely there. Occasionally, we've seen some seeds on some of the forks that are sort of like in beta or test. It's like usually you get a bug where it's like, oh yeah, pink tail's an objective, but the pink tail blocks the pink tail, and you can't complete the seed. Sorry.
We have a check of the Prociote and Jucleote key item or monster in a box here for Stony.
Technically, this is the hair dryers. We just call it hair dryers because no one wants to worry about P and J.
There's Infidious' tower key.
Yep. Now, unfortunately, if Infinius goes and checks the tower, it's going to be a bit of disappointment.
There's the hook.
All right. That may allow Stony to catch up a little if he decides to scum this. Or check the value first.
Evil Wall here might be an interesting fight.
Again, if it's anywhere Evil Wall is, if you have at least 1 Moon Veil, it is basically free with a ribbon. Actually, at least he's got admin armor, so it's also free. So yeah, unfortunately, our tracking template can only take 8 objectives at once. So something had to be doubled, and that is the one that was chosen to be doubled. Little we know, we could have just simply put Rosa on some other line because we would never click it, but you know, you can't know in advance what's going to happen.
Or if we find out that, say, Rosa is at the Tower of Zot.
Well, it's a dark elf.
There, yeah.
Now, in this case, since we've got a Holy Sword on Cecil, well, okay, we're backing out of it. This is a key item check, but we're going back to the Earth.
Phineas apparently got the pan for the pass for turning in the pan. Again, not particularly useful, so the pan is a bit of zonk.
Yep. Now let's see. In this case, we're going to get Stoney's going to get a turn in of the tail, which could give us a key item. And if he's got that, see, what has he got on the list of things here? So,
Sheila one was a piece of equipment.
Yeah, the Sheila checks unfortunately were not the value today. Phineas has got his Legend Sword now. Okay.
So, Pink Tail guarding Twin Harp, and then Earth Crystal at the bottom of Magnus.
Well, we still have the no one's checked the last arm chest, and Stony reset out of the cave value, which had the Dark Elf, which could hold something because that still is a key item check location. We're gonna see how this pink tail turns into value. If it does not, I think that means we'd have to go after one of the other, either the last arm. We'd have to go and find the Demist.
Oh, what do we got here?
Pink tail is glass
A
helm.
glass helmet.
It's nice for an evil wall, depending on where it is, but you really don't need it. All right, so Stoney's got 3 objectives on the table now. To Phineas's 4. Veil's available, but oh, that's right. The hook allows you to check the 2 boxes on the hook route. And there could be a Rosa here.
Could definitely be Rosa on the way. Infinius checking the alerts in the lower Tower of Babel.
No, don't check the shops. You don't need anything in the shops at this point.
Sometimes I think it's just force of habit.
Yeah,
And I know
probably.
from a lot of my speed runs, some of those habitual moments are moments where I get to think because I don't have to think about what I'm doing.
And that's typically where it's like, uh-oh. There's a wild Vitasia in the channel.
As opposed to a tame one kept elsewhere? Where was
Where the heck
Fusoya?
was Fuso?
Fusoya was behind the Sand Ruby.
Yeah, apparently when you go from the moon to the blue planet, you catch a fever. Because they don't have desert fever on the moon. Go figure.
Well, considering the moon is basically all desert, it's a little surprising. There's another glass mask.
I don't think I would call a frozen tundra a desert.
Doesn't rain there.
There's no sand either. It's not hot. Oh, it's Iridia.
Rydia. The largest desert on Earth is in the Arctic Circle. Or is it the Antarctic? Whichever.
Fulgrin says it's classified as a dessert. Okay, we're not eating the moon either. It's not like it's cheese.
Great big green cheesecake.
If you saw a green cheesecake, would you eat it?
Depends on why it was green.
I don't know of many reasons that it would be green that would be safe to eat. But
Lime. Lime sauce, my friend. Mint
Okay.
as well.
I think a lime cheesecake would be much more tasty than a mint cheesecake. Oh, sorry, Demar. Could someone get the neuralizer over there to just get rid of that whole little bit of knowledge there?
Question in chat. Would you eat the moon if it was made of barbecue spare ribs? I wouldn't because I'm a vegetarian, but someone else might.
Well, I wouldn't just because I don't care for ribs all that much. If it was some other type of meat, maybe.
I was a rib enjoyer. But I have given it up. Stony taking on the Mad Ogres in Upper Babel, and Infinius taking on the elements in Lower Babel.
How do you know that the Lunarians didn't teach KC the KC style? I'm curious about that.
If it were made of buffalo wings. There's the
Twin harp. Good value.
That is, yeah.
And Dave, you had me with the buffalo wing thing until you said ranch, and that just sort of totally scuttled the whole deal.
Just get blue cheese dressing.
I would definitely bring blue cheese dressing to this this moon, but yeah.
I've never been a big fan of buffalo seasoning. It's simply like, it's far too vinegary for me.
Which is funny because the classic seasoning doesn't have really much in the way of vinegar to it. It's mostly cayenne pepper sauce.
Yeah, but it just tastes like vinegar.
You must be eating a low quality one. This one over here, I don't really taste the vinegar.
Yeah, could be. Also, again, I don't have chicken wings anymore.
You can put buffalo seasoning on anything. I mean, there are people who put it on cauliflower.
You know, the local specialty around here, if you want to try it sometime, is honey dill sauce.
That sounds disgusting.
It
But,
isn't.
who am I
It's
to
quite
judge?
delicious.
I don't care for dill at all in that context.
All right, we've got a black chocobo on Stoney's side. Right, there's a game going on.
Well, food is always exciting too. Let's not feel.
Oh, for sure.
All right, so Stony has gone into the cave here. Let's see. So this will be
And Infinius has decided to pick
objective
up.
4
Yeah, Infinius is picking up his protect ring.
and throwing it overboard. Yes, I'm assuming so.
Well, rings do go in the lava, according to some books.
This is not the one ring though. And it's
Well,
not
one
Mount
among
Doom
many.
either.
Yeah. No, but it must feed Mount Doom. Look at all the lava down there.
I don't know. I mean, this
It
doesn't
is
seem to have any
gonna-
connection to any mountain other than the one in Agar, and that's not the thing.
Infinius heading in to check in the forge item. It's a Matsuno.
That's good
I
for the
don't
edge
know
we
what
don't
that is.
have. It's basically the Hattori Hanzo sword, which is just sort of sitting around here.
I looked over at Sony's screen at the wrong time and wondered, when did the Dark Elf learn Nuke? I realized that was his Fusoya that was wiping out the
Yeah.
party. Yeah. Because we're in Cave Magnus. We're going to get some music, which means that I should probably stop talking so that you can hear the music. And also I'm going to turn my television volume up so I can hear the music.
DJ Spoony B for you, ladies and gentlemen. And friends
that's
of
your
all
name,
ages. Well, there is a octopus down. We can put some buffalo sauce on that too.
I prefer a little teriyaki, but we got a Bahamut orb, and we have completed Cave
And-
Magnus for Stony.
Yep, so now Stony has 4 objectives down. Has access to the Veil at this point, just needs one more objective from somewhere.
Val does give the Luca key, so
Okay, so Zot was not the answer for there's Dark Imps there. Now, let's see. Yeah, no, I think if Stony does the L right now, he'll get go mode.
yeah.
So, Stony,
And that
do
is
your
a
do your
requirement.
objectives. It's
Yeah.
on the table.
It's a required objective, no less.
Yes. True, so I did not check hook 1, but in this case, doesn't have to. All he has to do is, in this case, check his objective. He'll be fine. Ragu and Prego. As far as
Yes,
which
there's
spaghetti sauce
questions
is
as
the
to
best, I would
spaghetti
say
sauce.
I would say vodka sauce is the best sauce. So if I'm gonna go with a brand, I would say I would go with Rouse, but that's just me.
Personally, I like my pasta with just a little butter and salt and some cheese. Infinius is going to check the Prociote and Jucleote chest, and we'll find a hook for it. Which may mean that we get to see what's behind the rat tail as well.
You can always mix vodka and Alfredo sauce together.
Alfrodgo.
It might not be rat tail. We don't necessarily know because we haven't checked everything yet. There'll be a demist holding it.
Yeah, still be demist. Could still be behind Cave Bahamut.
And there's also still the last arm chest. Those are the things that are outstanding.
What about the Lunar Subterranean Monster in a Box checks? Are they checks or are they not?
They are not checks. So the only thing you can possibly have in the LST is it could be the demist. Cream cheese and Alfredo sounds interesting. It would probably get you shot in Italy, but we're not in Italy, so that's okay.
There's also an evil wall hiding around somewhere.
This is true. So there are 2 boss checks. You could try to check the altars and see. Of course, it could just be our fate that the giant has both of them. In which case, yeah. But it is possible to complete the sea without going into the giant or finding the evil wall or the demist.
Well, we know the completion route now that's available. What other? It's just evil wall that's left, right? Wyvern's already been found and killed.
Correct. Evil wall and demist are the 2 that are outstanding.
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There I am. I'm here.
They know where to find you, huh? Okay, I'm not going to ask any further, Fulgrim, because I don't want to get shot either. Okay.
Infinius is going
see
to make the turn in here.
Yeah, just yes, I take that JR from the whole fact of
Nothing for the rat tail.
asking for a margarita pizza with pepperoni will definitely cause a problem. Infinius is now down to just needs one more objective because the pink tail is in. So,
Yep, we know where the
If
twin
you-
harp is, but he doesn't.
if you're Infinius, what are you doing? Are you boss hunting or are you trying to find either the harp or the earth crystal?
I
Or
think
Rosa?
anywhere that the evil wall might be now is a nasty spot. Finding Rosa would be my. I mean, obviously,
Okay,
this check
but-
here at Eblan
yeah.
would be a good one.
Now he's gonna find the twin harp here, I believe, if he goes all the way down to the last spot here. So now Stoney's on the clock. He's got to get this fail down quick, and then he has to get the sealed cave down before Infinius can double back around and finish the twin harp. And you survived telling her that. Okay. I would not have done that myself, so...
Yeah, I've never been a fan of pineapple, regardless. Infinius just backing out after seeing that rid, yeah?
Well, I was trying to see if it was the boss that would be, don't bother to check the boxes in that case, but it is not the evil wall. It is not the demist. So we are going to take this step down.
And if that was a Rosa, that would be the end of the seed right there.
Yes, that's true. Infinius got me wondering, it's like, where are the objectives? He's only missing 3. Oh, actually, he's got the hook now, so he's missing 2 items. They're both the 2 items that he would need to finish the seed.
Earth Crystal and Twin Harp. And wherever Evil Wall and wherever Rosa are.
Indeed.
This fight is not going exceptionally well for Stony.
True. I mean, granted, adamant armor does give you some leeway in there. I mean, at this point, you can just put Moonveil on Cecil, and well, you can't do that because he's berserk, but Moonveil on, and then it's just the races. Speaking of the races, though, we've got Infinius, who's going to find a twin harp momentarily.
I don't think he would skip this check.
No, I mean, this is why you're down here.
Yeah.
The question is, when you see
we don't know.
They see the twin harp. It's like, would you check what Hook 1 is? You're here. And if it is the evil wall, that'd be faster. But
yeah.
All right, Infinius now has go mode. So.
And he's just leaving.
We are not checking it. It's not worth the effort because then you have to, it's at least a minute to do that check. So just take your twin harp faders. Sorry, not your day.
I don't know. I'd at least to put eyes on it just to make sure it wasn't Evil Wall.
I mean, because he hasn't checked any of the lunar subterranean, though, it's like, I think your chances are less than 1 in 10 that it actually is the evil wall.
But if it is, that's much faster than doing this.
True. But sometimes you take your certainties over something like that. All right.
Valvalus is down.
Stony has Veil down. Now, because Stony has done Dwarf, and we go right into the boss fights, the question is, which of these gets done faster? I think I might say Stony has the quicker path to do this, but maybe not. Exit.
We'll find out.
And here we go. Unfortunately, Infinius has got a cutscene to go through.
Right down to the wire here.
Oops.
That's not going to help. Infinius has a cutscene. Stony has a very long trip down. Infinius is at that cutscene at this moment.
Not quite. Has to actually get killed first.
Oh, okay. I was counting this as part of it. Yeah, I know you're right.
No, this unfortunately is not part of it because if Fu was metallic and such, they would go a little bit faster. Not the case here, unfortunately.
Tate saying a long trip up. I don't think he needs to make the trip up.
Nope.
I think all he has to do is kill the boss.
Stony does not have to come back up. As soon as the boss is dead, Stony is complete. Now, Infinius, just to note, because this is the Magnus Cave, you actually have to collect the crystal on the dais and wait for it to give you the item before you actually are done. That's something to keep in mind.
Mm-hmm. Stony does have to go and collect the crystal, though, before the boss shows up, right?
No, because he's already done that.
He's not done
Dwarf? Really?
No, Infinius did Dwarf.
Interesting. I thought it did Dwarf. Never mind.
Did they both do Dwarf? I didn't think Stony had. I thought Stony looked at it and noped out when he saw that it was... when he saw that it was Gauntlet. So here he goes.
Oh, yep, he didn't do it. Okay. Got that.
It's the Zeus Gauntlet.
Yep, I think...
And we're up down to the wire here. The only reason I'm talking through this. So we've got Octomam on the left, we've got D-Lunars on the right. Let's see which of them gets defeated first.
I think this is going to go to Infinius.
Yeah, there's Octomam done.
Yeah, unfortunately, just a little bit A little bit off there.
And Stony not taking a fast attack on the dealer, so
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of like where, okay, if it's on 11635, you kind of want to just take the X-Cal and just start wailing on it with the Avenger.
yeah. So good game to Infinius, who has completed the seed. And Stony's going to be within a minute, it looks like.
Yep, 117. Yep, hey, not quite.
And there it is.
Well, we gotta wait for the actual win thing to
Yep.
show up there. We got some levels to fly through here.
Boom.
And there we go.
For all intents and purposes, 1 minute.
Yes, about 117 something or other. We'll find out. 117.41. There we go. Close to a minute difference. Anyways, very exciting race that came down to just one or two choices here or there.
And just an excellent race by both runners, so...
Yep, we'll see if either one of them is going to pop in for a brief interview. Oops. Well, we've got...
That answers that question.
We got Stony in here. Hello, Stony. GG. Oh, we got Infinius too.
Looks like we have noted Civilization 4 player Infinius. How's it going?
GG's.
Infinius's mic might be muted. Dave's saying we want to look at where the Earth is. Okay.
Yep. It'd be interesting to know where Rosa was, too.
Well, probably would be well, she's not can't hold a name because we've gotten all the other items, so we're not going to see who the character was there. Hey, meanwhile, Infinius fixes the oh, here it was. It was Rose's mom held the Earth Crystal, wherever that was.
Oh, so wherever Mist Dragon is.
We have no idea where the Mist Dragon is. It could be. And GG Infinius.
GG's. I had to swap microphone. Couldn't work out what was going on, so I just swapped microphones to my webcam. Yeah, I've worked for that seed. Yikes.
Yes, I'm not sure if you saw while you were fixing things, but Rydia's mom held the Earth Crystal that we never could seem to find. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at why I left at that point, I had two. I had Sheila's mum, I had Last Arm, and I had Cape Arm, and that was it. I did everything else. So,
and we still don't know we don't know where the evil wall is either, because neither of you ever found that either. No one found Rose.
Yeah. Rosa clearly is better Edward, master of hide and seek.
Yep, I mean, I have a feeling at this point it's something stupid, like it's probably Demas is at the package, you had access to Zot and Rosa like the whole time, but just no one ever knew it.
Package was guards.
Was it the guards? Okay, that's right.
Not the guards,
or
no, was Bigan.
Yeah,
it was checked. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I completely forgot it was Mayab, so I ran at the package, checking the boss because I was looking for Demas, thinking that was my only way underground.
I was wondering if that might have been the case, because you went there before you checked Eblin and before you checked Zot, so yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's unfortunate and for sure, because the cutscene is roughly the difference between the two of you in this one.
Yep, unfortunately, but I mean, that's what you get for not paying attention to the flag sometimes.
You have so many flag sets too, I get confused too at times.
Yeah.
On the other hand, if it had been the right check, you'd be ahead, so...
Well, this is true, and again, we have no idea where it is, so yeah. Not that we're going to find out, but it'd be interesting to know where actually all the D-Mist and the Evil Wall were hiding.
I'll probably have to look at. I'll probably look up face check things like a bit late afterwards, I guess.
We did get a face check of cave value. I think it was a dark elf, if I want to say right.
Dark elf, yeah.
Yeah, dark elf.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was either one of the 5 altars, the 2 giant spots, or
Well, it can't be
someone
the
with
alt. It can't be the altars because that's the restricted boss, so they wouldn't be
there's
up
no
there.
there's
Oh,
no
right.
restrict bosses like set. Is there?
Oh, I think there is actually. You're right. Let me see if I can go back and check the flag set. Hold on. I can't see it here actually. Too far down.
Restrict moon. So that means it had to be giant then, right?
Giant
Um,
or Zot, unless if you
Zot
face
2
check.
or Zot 2. No, so maybe Demis has to be on the giant, right? But if it's restrict
Yeah,
mode,
Zot
Demis has to be on the giant.
Earth Crystal was on Rydia's mum, so it couldn't be
Well,
couldn't be Zot 2.
no one ever checked hook 1 either though. Could be still hook 1.
No, I did check. I checked hook one. It was Dark Imps.
Oh, it was Dark Imps? Okay, never
No,
mind.
that you
Yeah.
checked Zot 1, it was Dark Imps. No one checked Hook
Was-
1.
No,
Yeah.
I thought I did. Did I? Because oh no, that's right. There was no point because that's right because
When you
That's
got
right,
down to
'cause
Mad Ogres,
that-
you got the Twin Harp. Yeah.
I was like, all right, no need to check anything anymore. So yeah.
Yeah.
Evil.
Yeah, there's a slight
Evil
chance
War
we
and
checked
Hook
it,
1.
but yeah.
Okay, fair enough. That
Yeah, we
would be
thought-
hilarious. Evil.
we
Evil
thought it's
is
like-
hilarious.
Yeah, it's like you got maybe a slight chance that it's there, but you know, who knew? Okay. Anyways, it was a very exciting race, so thank you very much for
Definitely fun to
volunteering
watch.
and putting that one on.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's always been fun.
I mean, I do like this fight. So it just pushes some very interesting buttons for me. And I guess I did some silly things. You know, I mean, I don't get to get restreamed often, so you know, do some silly things, just see if it works. Sell Advent armors because why not?
Sometimes you just got to put on a show.
Exactly. So was there anything that Sony ended up not doing then? Because I said I just did everything.
I think you two basically had almost all the same checks done when all was said and done. I think the only difference might have been I don't think Stoney did the poison treasury, but that's about it.
Yeah, I didn't do the poison treasury.
Okay. So yeah, I guess in that this fact that I love Poison Treasury because of the unweighted flag. Or the K unweighted flag. Basically, because it means that that's Poison Treasury is extremely good. It's because each individual check is weighted equally to like a main check without it. So the odds of Poison Treasury hitting for me, in my view, is so much higher.
And it did hit. It's just that it gave you a spoon and a pan that turned into nothing. So I mean,
I think did it also give me the rat tail? Was that somewhere else?
I think that was somewhere else.
That was, I
Okay.
believe, Odin in the Queen's spot.
Oh yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah, so I
Okay,
mean, it gave you 2 key items as a payout, but it's like unfortunately it led to no progression because of which 2
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah. At least I got to find out what the Supersmith was, you know.
Yep,
Because
it was a Mutsuno for an edge that we never
Yeah.
saw.
Yeah. Which surprised me because I thought that was that had to be a playable one, but I guess not.
Well, we also know if Edge was in the seat or not because let's see, the character
It's
flag-
restrict 7. It's restrict 7.
distinct 7. So
Distinct 7. So as soon as Taylor popped up, it's like okay, there's no Ed. We knew all the characters.
yeah, we just had the Rosa left behind that we never saw.
Yeah.
And just an FYI, it was Yang at Hook 1.
Yang at hook 1. Okay, so it's not there. So yeah, it looks like
Yes.
it has to be the giant then.
Yeah. Funny. And then
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
and evil with evil potentially being there as well. or Zot 2. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have words. that is.
I mean, based on the restriction of the East Air restricting the moon, that neither of the two of them could be there, could they?
Yeah, yes, that can't be the moon.
So it was a
Yes,
double giant. Actually, it was a giant blocking 3 of the 6 objectives. You really almost had to do everything else until you found the right
Yeah.
ones. Oh man.
Amazing.
Yeah, when I initially saw the objective, I immediately knew it's going to be kind of spicy meatball today.
Well, definitely chef's kiss for that one. It's a spicy one.
That was a fun watch. So any last thoughts from you guys, Stony and Phineas?
No, fun, definitely fun seed, definitely fun set. Sorry, flag set. Really enjoyed not finding a character in the chest, but I'm sure that may be where Rose is at some point.
Oh, you know, right? That's right. We had treasure free on. Oh my goodness. Oh wow.
Yeah.
We totally glossed over that one.
It was in the back of my mind, but it wasn't worth opening a bunch of treasure chests knowing that you only need 6 of the 9 objectives. So it's like, if you don't find the character, there's plenty of other objectives on the board to take care of.
Well, in
that's
theory, anyways.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
fair. Like, I think I chose opportunistic. I opened opportunistic chests, and that was about it, really. I didn't want to, like, my loot count was way higher. Basically because of that, like, I was just if the opportunity cost to open a box was like low enough, like if I literally touch it, it's like, okay, I guess I'll open that one, just on the off chance that I did hit Rosa.
Yeah.
But interesting one. No, but lots of power. And yeah, let's see. Oh, it's okay. It's Giant 2, by the way, and Lion is in Giant 1.
Okay.
So Giant 2 is the D mist, which leads
Yeah.
then into, it's got to be in Zot then for the evil wall.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, how fun!
Yeah.
Called it.
Incredible.
Oh well, them's the break sometimes. Again, any last thoughts? Yes, Stony.
I guess. Thank for Dave for restreaming. Thanks Sophie for doing comms. Thank you, Bobbin, for doing the tracking. But yeah, I'll watch this back and see. No, I know I've got time here and there, but it'll be good. Even if nothing else, it'll be good to learn. It's good to learn from.
Definitely. All right. Cool.
Yep.
Thanks
Did
for
it
running
on that.
again, Phineas. Thanks you too, Stony.
Yeah, we wouldn't have anything to restream if you guys weren't running, so thanks.
Always a pleasure.
All right. Well, we're going to move on to, I think, forwarding us all over to Taylor Swifting, who is playing some Telos Trainees flags if you want some more free Enterprise in your night. And also, just as a note, in case this interests anyone who's watching, we also have a pickup race on tournament test flags that Enterprise is running around 10:30 p.m. on Free Enterprise. So if you want to jump around and test that one out, it should be a live race going on, not restreamed, but it's also available tonight as well. So again, thanks to NG Dave for running the restream, Organ Mike for being in the booth here, and Fulgrim for doing all the tracking, and our racers, and all of you viewers out there. We'll see you next time.
And thanks, of course, to you, Garen. We'll catch you again soon.